Hi, this is Lisa Rangel with Chameleon Resumes, a premier executive resume writing company, and thank you so much for joining me today. So today we're going to talk about how to interview agelessly. And I think this is an important topic because senior level job seekers with, over 15, 20, 25 years of experience, I find that they go into an interview and they feel like they have to, try super hard to show that they're relevant, or they put in extra effort to, show that they're qualified. And sometimes that more is not better. That more effort is not better. And so I want to give you some tips that you can employ today that for your next interview, so this way you can come across interviewing agelessly. So what's the first step? The first step is, or the first tip for you to use is, come across like you are solving a problem versus proving your worth. Now, this is a subtle difference because I think when you are in a problem-solving mode, you're listening. And when you're listening for the problem, you're listening for where the opportunities to fix something appear, and then you can go into problem-solving mode, but after you've listened and after you've asked questions, which allows the other person to talk. I feel like when we go into an interview, on the other hand, if we go into the interview feeling like we have to prove ourselves, it's me-centric, it's us-centric, right? It's not about, you're not making it about the other person, it's about showing how I am qualified, how you are qualified, right? And the other person possibly can feel like you're not listening because you're just so interested in proving how you're worth it and how you're qualified. So make this shift from going from a prove I'm worth it phase, go into a problem solving phase. So don't prove it, instead solve it. That's, I think, tactic number one. Another tactic to, I kind of touch on it in the first one, but the second tactic is really to drive the point home, to listen. Let the other person do more talking. Listen to what the problems are at the organization, what the opportunities are at the organization. Listen, come across curious, be inquisitive before you offer how you can help, and even wait to be asked to a certain degree, because let them walk through what the problem is. That's essentially what an interview is, right? You're there to assess what the opportunity that lies before the organization, or what the problem is, or both, and then you're there as a possible candidate to help fix it, especially at the executive level. This is less of a job interview and really more of a business deal, and are you the solution to make this business opportunity come to life, right? So listen, that's really key. That's an ageless tactic to employ, right? Because at any age, if you're heard, you automatically think that person's pretty awesome because they're listening, right? So that in and of itself can come across like an ageless, approach. And, the third, tactic that I suggest that you employ is enter every situation assuming you are going to learn something from that person. Now, this is a big one, right? Because especially as somebody who is over 45, over 50, as a job seeker, chances are you're going to be interviewing with somebody who's younger than you. It's just the odds, right? At any level, whether it's, the entry-level screen or the initial level screen, I should say, done by maybe an entry-level person, or the executive that you're going to ultimately report to. The odds are, as we get up in years, that person is going to be younger than us. And if we subliminally have that vibe, and I say we because I'm 53, if we subliminally have that vibe that because we're older we know more, or because we've had more experience we know more, that's just not a good vibe. One, it really may not be true, right? Because Lord knows I don't ever want to stop learning. And Lord knows I don't know everything. In fact, the older I get, the more I realize I don't know stuff, right? And I need to learn stuff. And I need to learn that stuff from people not only older than me, but younger than me, especially those younger than me. So do not go in subliminally or even overtly, God forbid overtly, because then you're pretty much done. But do not go into an interview or conversation assuming that you automatically know more. If you go into that conversation with that vibe, again, overtly or subliminally, it's going to be hard for you to overcome that no matter what words come out of your mouth. So you have to go into every situation humbly, knowing that you might learn something from somebody that day. And if you're closed off to it because you think you know everything, you're not going to learn that thing, and you're going to put them off on top of it. So I would say employing these 3 tactics in your next interview can help you come across ageless in that interview. It helps you interview agelessly. So with that said, if you want some more help with interviewing, I have a do-it-yourself product that can help you. If you go look at the link below here, if that's of interest to you, I'm going to suggest that you get that. So this way you can get some inexpensive, cost-effective DIY interview help that will add on to what we talked about here today. And then if you have any questions or comments, I'm going to ask you to DM me, email me at lr@chameleonresumes.com, or comment below. I do my best and pride myself on trying to get back to each and every DM, email, and comment. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss next week's video. And if you like this video, I'm going to ask you to like it. And if you know someone who will benefit from this, if they're struggling with ageism in their job search, I'm going to ask you to share it because I want to help as many people as we can. So thank you so much for listening. And I look forward to your comments and your questions. And don't forget to get the ageism interview bundle that I have there below. So look forward to talking to you. Take care.